Yo, yo, yo. My name is Michael Salmon and welcome to another episode of Late to the Party. And my. Priti Patel finds herself once again in a bit of a pickle over accusations of being a bully. Yeah, interesting. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not really a fan of hers. And when I heard about the story a few weeks back now, I thought, well, so what? Yeah, okay, then she's being a bit bossy. She's maybe being assertive and cracking the whip.
Lower. Lower.
In the field that she's in, especially being a female in a male-dominated job, maybe she's just overcompensating, you know what I mean? But I don't really see a problem. I just think, yeah, so what? Now, the thing is there, it must be a serious matter because...
This morning, from what I hear, Number 10 has only said that the Prime Minister has confidence in his cabinet, not specifically Priti Patel.
But yet there's a divide because there are also a lot of people that are arguing that, you know what, and defending her, saying that this is the kind of thing that we need, her fire and her passion.
Can I say to my right honourable friend how enormously pleased I am that she is here in this job, which she is doing brilliantly. And all of us believe that here for certain.
So then that kind of leaves you in a place of, well, what then? Don't it? Now, me personally, you know I've got something to say, right? I'd be very wary before hoisting her up, yeah, on your shoulders. Because you know what? It wasn't 2 years ago now, 2.5 years ago now, that she was almost hung for treason, right? For allegedly going on holiday, yeah, and meeting up with a friend and trying to trying to do deals behind Theresa May's back, or without her permission, should I say?
You were having unauthorised meetings with senior Israeli figures, including Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. It looked sneaky. It looked like a cabinet minister was going around the back of her boss and exercising a bit of power play, building up relations with allies and so on. Why were you doing? Yeah,
and that to me shows a bit of deviancy there. There's something about her, something about her, right? And for that reason alone, yeah, plus there's other things she's done and said. For that reason alone, I'd be like, which then led me to think, well, hold on, how did she get the job in the first place? Because wasn't she fired from that other job?
You were sacked, right?
Well, I left government and, I apologised for what happened and...
Sorry, didn't she resign from that other job? Yeah. So, how is it she managed to get the Home Secretary job? Now, my first thoughts were, well, you know what? She's got some dirt on someone. I'm sure all the ministers and all the MPs, they've all got dirt on little stories about somebody else that they could, if they really wanted to, they could throw out someone's name, accuse them of this, and boom. So I'm thinking she knows something.
At first, I didn't do anything. And then I knew. As soon as I talked to them again, I knew.
But I know what you did, you know what you did, and that's all that matters, isn't it?
About someone, whatever it is, and it was a matter of, well, you know what? The job's going, I want it, and if I don't get it, yeah, I'm taking everyone down with me. And that would kind of, I suppose in a way, that would kind of back up the claim of those who are accusing her of bullying, if she's gone down that route, yeah? So there's that to think about. But then, I had a bit of a tinfoil hat moment.
They have it now. And who are they, exactly?
And in this tinfoil hat moment, yeah, what it is, I was following, as I'm following the Harvey Weinstein case, yeah, and do some research on that. Excuse me. I noticed that he's using a woman, yeah, as his legal as his lawyer, right? Representation. I knew what the word was, yeah, right.
Let's start actually just about talking about the jury selection process.
And that's a very shrewd tactic on his behalf, because he's obviously getting accused of raping and touching up women and all sorts of stuff, yeah. And what's clever about that tactic is that by using a woman, yeah, he's trying to lull or diminish his values as being a sexist person.
There are a lot of people who may look at the defense as being somehow an accusation that all of the accusers are lying, that all of these stories are somehow fabricated unfairly against Harvey Weinstein. Is he guilty of some of the sexual misconduct he's been accused of?
You know, I'm his criminal lawyer and I'm focusing on the criminal charges, but I'm happy to say that I don't think anyone is trying to come out into the world, come out in front of press, come out in front of a jury and say that Harvey Weinstein didn't make mistakes or that Harvey Weinstein made bad choices. And sexual misconduct is different than sexual assault. So when we hear, 80 women have accused Harvey of sexual assault, that's just not true. 80 women have accused Harvey of a variety of things, some being sexual in nature, some not be, some being I didn't get treated nicely at work, some, he asked me for a massage. There's a whole plethora of different allegations that have been made.
So seeing what she has to say, yeah, in his defense, if that was a man lawyer saying those things, yeah, the Me Too movement and feminist groups all over the world would have bun him. But because she's a woman, right, they can't, I'm not saying they can't they can't attack her with that argument about us being sexist, but it does take it down a few pegs. And and like I said, that's a shrewd tactic on his half, yeah? And that made me think of Boris Johnson and Priti when I saw this picture, yeah, in the paper. And to me, I started to think about his values, yeah, and her position sitting next to him. Because, okay then, it's no secret he has certain tendencies and certain biases against certain groups of people. I won't go down there, but you know who I'm talking about, yeah? And by using her as Home Secretary, yeah, in charge of immigration now, I'm starting to think,
And she's bringing in a system to tackle our migration crisis with an Australian-style points-based system.
Her being of BAME, Black, Asian, Minority Ethnics, or whatever the hell it stands for, she now is that same, she is now what that woman lawyer is to Harvey Weinstein. She is that now for Boris, because now he can implement certain policies, get her to say it, yeah, and people will automatically say, well, it can't be racist then, can it?
Now, I've seen at first hand the impressive crackdown, and it is an impressive crackdown on county lines drug gangs, with forces and agencies uniting to protect children and the victims, to bear down on the brutal drug gangs exploiting them.
It can't be, because obviously she's not white and she's up for it. So how can it be racist? Now, that makes Priti a gatekeeper, yeah, right, and a mouthpiece, yeah. And the thing is, when I started to think about it a bit deeper now, I'm thinking, well, hold on, let's say, okay then, so let's say she's the mouthpiece, yeah. Now, like I said, Boris is his tendencies, his biases, and he's using her that way. And the reason why I'm concerned about it is because at present, and as it stands at the minute, it seems to be one particular group leaving the country or should I say being thrown out of the country.
How can he guarantee the House that there are not people on those flights who are actually British nationals?
Now, I'd like to pause here and just say, look, I'm not against the immigration policies, as in watching who comes in and out of the country. I'm not against that at all. Yeah, by everyone would, I think, would agree that if you're gonna have borders like that, you want the best of the best coming in the country and the rotten of the rotten out of the country. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, right? But it seems to me that if you're gonna have certain rules, then them rules have to apply to everyone.
In December last year and just 2 weekends ago in Streatham, where we have had individuals that have been convicted for terrorist offences, they were released from prison early under the automatic early release scheme.
Where's their plane? Where is it? Yeah? No, I'm not trying to create no tension between black and Indian people, but I'm just making my point. If you got one rule for them, if you got one rule that's going to be for everyone, then make it for everyone. I want to see their planes flying out of this country. Yeah? But anyway, before I go off on a tangent and start going on a mad one, right? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah? Oh, actually, no, yes, no. Yeah, let me know in the comments below. Yeah? Do you think that Boris Johnson, is using Priti as a gatekeeper in order to implement his policies that that he wouldn't get away with if he had said it? Yeah? Or, actually, sorry, before I end, still in my kind of tinfoil hat moment,
Close the door.
I'd like to add this, yeah? Now that Priti Patel has paved the way for that policy to go through, Boris don't need her no more, yeah? And maybe all of this kind of bullying accusations and stuff like that, is it possible that all of that's come out in a way to get rid of her now that he doesn't need her no more? Yeah, that was what I was going to say, yeah? Because he can't kick her out because he obviously championed her for the position. But you know what? If the goal was to just pass that policy in which they can set a standard in which they can say, now look, yeah, if you commit a crime, you're not born here, you're off. If all they needed to do was to assert that policy without it seen to be racist, and they just threw her up there as a prop, yeah, now that her job's done, get rid of her too. Right, but that's, like I said, that was just me and my conspiracy tinfoil hat moment, right? So all I can ask you to do is let me know in the comments below, yeah? Do you think that Boris used her as a gatekeeper, right? Or is she just actually being an assertive woman in her job, and at the end of the day she took it too far, and she just needs to be able to fix up? Let me know in the comments below. My name is Michael Salmon and this is Late to Party. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.